Hello and welcome to This Week in Kickstarter Land, where we have new adventures to go on. That's right, we're going to go visit some new Kickstarters. We're using a more classic poster that we had. The Kickstarter is now live. We haven't used that in a little while. So we're just going to go into the list like we always do. This is the Written Since Kickstarter list, so, let's check out what's going on this week. We're starting off with Tomb of Horror Anthology, which those of you know Kim Roberts are excited about this because here comes another great project from Kim Roberts, who is just getting back from vacation now. So I'm sure we'll hear a lot from her in the coming days about her, not only her vacation, but about the Kickstarter. So look forward to that. We are live on Instagram today as well. So if you hear anything, that's just me clicking the Instagram audience, hopefully into focus. I'm trying to get them set up. So Tomb of Horror is actually a second part of this series. It's 15 stories from beyond the grave, and Kim Roberts, anyone who's read Kim Roberts knows how fantastic she is and how great they do it. So we're going to go more into that in a minute. That's going on. A dollar can make a dream come true, and it's a very true statement. We talk about it all the time. It's been going around now on social media on how $1 could make a difference. So I don't know if it's just great minds thinking alike or if what we've been saying has been penetrating through to everyone else, but it doesn't matter how it's going around. All that matters is that it is getting around. So I appreciate everyone who gives $1 to every Kickstarter they think's worth at least $1 and worth the idea. Ascending Kings board game and graphic novel is drawing to a close. It's actually one of the closer ones that's drawing to a close. That's the one that will end the soonest. And I think we accidentally forgot to mention that Tomb of Horror is our pick of the week. So if you guys haven't backed it already, this is definitely the time to do it. This is a board game and a graphic novel. This is ending next on the 6th, so you're running out of time for this one. Murder Most Mundane, originally graphic novel. This is about a project that runs disturbingly gruesome murder, and as everyone's chiming in on the list, we're getting to number 5, Greek Girl, Volume 1, Lightning Strikes pre-orders. This is the Volume 1 of all the different issues. If you haven't gotten all the issues or want to know where the story was, this is the time to pick it up. The fight of the century is finally coming to a close after a long run on Kickstarter. We'll see how they're doing. Never forget to support our veterans. We're going to talk more about how you can do that. As well as support the R4AU, an autistic Jedi, with the patch to show your support. We're going to tell you how to get that patch. We actually put a new link up today on our site. Grit versus the Unstoppable, an interesting tale about jealousy, being a hero, and what it means to be a hero in a way. Sinistre relaunch issue number 1, fantastic Kickstarter that for some reason is not getting the love it deserves. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. Lame Brains, this time it's personal, and this time we're going to give it a look because last week we ran out of time. Place your pledges on the strip. Really interesting video. Fantastic group of people. We're going to check it out. It's an anthology that you can't miss. Good amount of people involved in it. Looks like it's going to be fantastic. The first issue of the beautifully illustrated 4-issue comic book miniseries, Robots vs. Princesses, is now on Kickstarter. Now is the time to check it out. The War and Hope Volume 1, bringing 5 amazing issues, and you get to read 2 of them right now for free. So that's going on right now. And Rapid Eye, from good friend of mine, Bobby Torres, fantastic book. I'm thrilled to have it on the program. I'm thrilled to see Bobby return. It's a great group. We're going to talk more about that. And of course, one of our site favorites, Tits, has returned for issue number 5. Tits is back, and they're always very playful about their art, but it is a solid story. We're going to go more into where they're at. We're going to try to look at that. And speaking of art that's fantastic, we're talking about The Villain. This was it's a noir edition. It really was a great story. I read it when I believe it was a backstory to another comic, or I forget. No, it was a standalone, but it was smaller. This is a more advanced edition. From what I read, it was fantastic. I believe this is pronounced Voda. No one's ever actually told me how to pronounce this, but I will tell you this. This is from a fantastic artist known as Chris Mad, and everyone knows that I'm a huge fan of Chris Mad, so I'm already behind it. I'm already backing it. I'm there. I want to know more and more about it. So we're going to get into that today and see what's going on. And we have the Are You One of Us? And we're going to be asking what it means to be one of us very soon. Now, while everyone's joining us, because we have a good amount of people here, we'll do the opening pitch because we went through the list as quick as we could. Now we can slow down a bit and discuss what's going on. First off, my name is Mr. Anderson, and I am the voice of Written Sins. And today we're talking about Kickstarters. We just quickly went through all of our, you guys can see the background of Written Sins. We went through all of our, and this is a fantastic creator who we're going to be talking about a lot. Actually, he's on the program later. But we are talking about Kickstarters. We just went through our list. I went through them. I told everyone we're live on Instagram. So we're going to take a little bit of time. We're going to dig deep into Tomb of the Horrors, our pick of the week. The reason it's our pick of the week is Kim Roberts keeps nailing it. As fantastic as she is as a writer, she's also very good at bringing very wonderful creators together. This is always a win-win situation. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little lower today than it normally does. I'm trying to be mindful of it, but if I talk any louder, you'll hear a growl because I kind of lost my voice over the weekend and it hasn't fully recovered yet. So it's very growly. So I'm trying to moderate it because I know growly on video is never good. So I'm speaking a little lower, but I'm standing as close to the mics as I can. I don't have the other mic on for the YouTube, but I'm hoping it's good enough because the Apple usually picks up my voice very well. Hopefully it's okay. But you guys can see this. This looks fantastic. There's no way around it. This is definitely high quality stuff. I mean, very interesting. I've gotten to read a lot of it. There's some nudity in it, of course. There's some nudity. So this is not an all ages book, but this is a great horror book. I have read half of it already. I just haven't had a chance. I've been so busy. August is hopefully going to be a lot slower, so I'm going to be able to get a lot more things done. So I will hopefully have a review up. But I mean, this is definitely, I'm telling you right now, if you like comic books, you're going to find a story that you like on this. And I'm sorry for the fast scroll. Sorry. I just wanted to get up here and show you that 46 backers have already raised almost $1,000. So you're going to get this book no matter what. Delivery is pretty quick. Fantastic creative unit of the Swamp Line comics horror. It really is good. You know, everything I've read from them is fantastic. It's definitely something to be looking into. Now we're going to talk about supporting Kickstarter only takes a single dollar. Okay, so let's talk about it. What does it mean? It only takes $1 to make a dream come true. Well, I just talked about how 46 people brought $1,000 together. I want you to understand this, and I want you to lock this into your mind. I want you to understand that every Kickstarter isn't just about money. It's about belief. And belief gets not represented in the dollar amount. The dollar amount's cool, but dollar amounts can go up really quickly. You can literally have a dollar amount jump by one reward. And I know Russell Notel, I know I pronounced his name wrong. I'm sorry, Russell, if you're watching. But Russell, who actually does fantastic work in educating creators, always says that he always likes to put at least one reward that if someone got it, it could get them halfway to the goal. And they're decent rewards. They're not like horrible rewards. They're interesting rewards. They're great. They're worth the value. But I mean, sometimes you can get that money very quickly. Though my links are all done, so I made it smaller for you guys. It's driving me crazy that it's missing right here. But I mean, there goes the ADHD. But as I was saying, the idea here is that you want more people to back your book, and that's more important. Because let's put it this way. If 10 people raise $1,000 for your Kickstarter, people are going to look at it and go, that's cool, but 10 people, is that your family? Did some friend do it? Did you drop your own money on it? If a Kickstarter doesn't get more than about 26 people, it looks fishy. For me, I had Fetish Babies, which did about 100 people. We had some people fall off in the end. So it officially comes in, I think, at 95. But on Jax the Anderson, we were able to get 56. Now we had 56, and there's it's not a huge difference in well, we made a lot more on Fetish Babies. We did almost 2,500, and that was because someone also did an ad, but the ad actually fell out. The ad never made the book because the person who did the ad didn't have the money for it in the end of the day. So it's kind of funny. We never actually got the money for that, but we got credited for it. But that never came in. That was kind of what dunked us down. But either way, you could see that we had at one point 2,500 in the bank, and for 100 people, that's a good number. Even with Jax the Anderson, we had $836 with 56 people. Those sound like strong numbers. When your number is too low or you don't have enough backers, it doesn't matter. Because if I tell you 2,500 and I have 200 backers, you're gonna be like, wow, there must be a lot of people supporting him, and he must be selling a lot of PDFs and a lot of books because it's kind of low. So it's not a bad thing to have it be a lot of people but not a lot of money. It's a bad thing for shipping. We can go into that in a whole different video. But from an outsider's point of view, when someone looks at it, you're going to look like you have a giant fan base, and that's never a bad thing. However, reverse that and look like you have a lot of money with a little bit of backers. You're going to look like you've asked someone to step in to save you, even if it's not true. Even if that's not what happened. And we had a creator recently accused of spiking his own pool. And let me tell you, there are creators who do make sure their Kickstarters don't fail. They're within $100 or $200 or $300 in backing. And I don't necessarily think that's a horrible thing. If you want to support your own project and get it over the finish line, if you've gotten that close to your goal, we're talking goals where they were like $4,000 or $5,000, and you're within $300 and you letting it fail out of a pride thing, I'm not sure that's a smart way to go, because then you're also letting down the people who did back. It takes a while to get to that number. So, end of day, $1 can actually bring everyone closer, and it can help everyone. So whether it's $1 for every project you believe in, because if you did that, let's say that you believe in these projects, or you even did the PDFs, $2 or $3 for some PDFs, up to $5 sometimes. If you just did the PDFs, you're showing people you believe in them. The minute you believe in them, it then goes and shows on your account and sends to everyone who's been following you. So it's very important. And this whole program began because a while ago, I had a friend who ultimately missed his goal, and the way he missed it was by, I think, $500, and he had 5,000 friends. And he had pointed out that if everyone had just donated $1, he could have made his goal, which was only $3,000, without a problem. And it was kind of hurtful for him. So that's just something to consider when you're looking at Kickstarters, that every dollar can make a difference. Now, while we're talking, we're actually looking at the game. And the game, the reason I'm looking at it is that it's something I don't necessarily understand. There is a graphic novel with it, and that I do understand. I'm not a big board game person, so this isn't the best thing I can do. But look at the amazingness of that graphic novel. The graphic novel looks stunning. So, I mean, I think there's a reward level, if I'm not mistaken, where you can just get the actual graphic novel. It looks like an interesting game. They have made their goal last I checked. We'll check again right now as we go up. These types of games, it just does not, my ADHD just, it's nothing against the game. Like I said, the ADHD in me just won't play something like this. I'll just get too bored and no longer care. I need games with obtainable goals like now, or I'm just going to lose interest in it. But it looks fantastic. I'm very impressed by it from what I've seen. I definitely suggest you guys jump on board and check it out. Our good friend Nick Mack was one of the people who contributed to it. Oh, that's right. We wanted to see if you could just get the book. I'll have to actually ask Nick Mack about that. If you can just get the book. I think the book might just be gone. There are a couple levels that are gone. They should do it. I'll tell him. There's enough time that they could just release the graphic novel. So, there's 3 days to go. So, yeah, it's enough time. I'll definitely send that out. Murder Most Mundane. We have 7 days to go. It's fantastic. It's doing great. We're just going to mention it quickly, because I want to keep the show down a little bit today, especially with my voice being kind of off. I don't want it to start crackling by the end, so we're going to give it a quick scroll. They're doing good. I want to kind of focus on the Kickstarters that need a little extra help this week to make sure we can help them get funded. But this is fantastic. I definitely suggest you guys watch the video to get hyped into what's going on. It really is interesting, and it is something that, as you can, I don't know if you can see, but I'm actually a backer of this. So there was just actually an update about that game. They're talking about it now. Maybe they saw my video because I'm a backer on the game. Maybe they saw my video and they're going to add just a graphic novel. I hope so. I hope they saw the video and did that. That'd be cool. We're going to move on to Geek Girl, which once again is crushing the role. Geek Girl, this is, as I said, this is all the volumes put together. The quick pitch is that it is collection. The Geek Girl pretty much gets these glasses when she wins in a strip poker game with this guy who created the glasses that makes people superheroes, but there's a glitch with them that makes this once popular party girl into a klutz. The upside is that she has the powers of a superhero and can go out and be a hero. The only problem with that is that when you step into being a hero, everyone notices you, including the baddies. So now she's got to worry about the baddies that are coming for her and what they're going to try to do to her. And there are some serious baddies in this. And she also has to deal with the fact that she was once this big popular girl who everyone liked, and now because she's kind of klutzy and has to go out and save the world, she's not as popular as she once was. And what does that mean? This one also had that fantastic cosplay alternative cover, which I thought was interesting, and a Zero story that many of you might not have had a chance to read yet. So this has definitely got some goodies, and it's definitely something you might want to check out. Fight of the Century. Okay, so here we go, $1,000. Someone's actually added a Kickstarter. Matt Blairstone has just added a Kickstarter, which is in the comments section, which I will call up at the end now. I haven't heard of that one, so we're going to have breaking news at the end of this. Now, I don't know. I was asked to cover this, and I have not seen this shared anywhere else, and it's kind of upsetting that I haven't seen it shared. And I have looked. I don't know what's going on. Matt just liked it, so he heard. Good. Yeah, Matt, hang out. We'll be there in about 15 minutes time, if not less. So, yeah, I mean, I'm very disappointed that I haven't seen anyone talking about this on social media. And I've been busy. As a lot of you guys know, I've been going out and around. So we're gonna watch the video. We're gonna hope. Let's hope. It's 9 days to go. It's been on Kickstarter 60 days. This should have funded by now because it doesn't look like it's bad. So let's take a look at the video. My volume might be down. Let's see. Nope, my volume's not down. We're good.
In the not-so-distant future, Rexco presents Everything will be settled in the ring. Roger.
Now, I did fasten that video up because it is a little repetitive and it is a little slow. And like I said, I want to keep the program down today just to keep us on track. But I don't know why it hasn't gotten traction on social media. I don't know if there's a lack of a push. Written Sins can do what Written Sins does, but you also kind of need an active base to help. And I just don't see that active base. So if you know the creator of this particular one, because I've tried to reach out, and I don't even think they're on my friends list. I think someone asked me to cover this. I got Yo from Roger. Is Roger the creator of this? Roger, are you the creator? Sorry, I just noticed the Yo. Okay. Yo, Roger. What's going on? I don't know, Roger. What is the name of what, Roger? The Kickstarter? It's Fight of the Century. Do you have a Kickstarter? Roger's in the chat room. No. No, he doesn't have a Kickstarter. Okay, so Roger's just hanging out with us. Welcome, Roger. Welcome to the show. So Fight of the Century, I haven't seen it on social media. It looks like a good project. I won't lie to you, and I'm kind of upset that it hasn't gotten the traction. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with everything. So if anyone knows the actual creator of this, have them come on Spoken Sins or something. Let's see if we can't help them out. So I think this is just a lack of awareness. I don't think anyone knows who the creator is necessarily. Let's take a look at him. He is Rexco is here, and Frank. I don't really know these people. I got to be honest. I don't know who they are. They've backed a lot of. They created 2 Kickstarters and 111 backed. I can put out I'll have to remember to do a contact me here and see if I can't get in touch with him, because I'd like to see this funded. We've talked about this now for weeks. I would like to see this get funded, and in 9 days we can make it. We can make it happen. So I'm gonna reach out. Let's say let us. Ooh, we're doing a horrible job. We're gonna say let us know how we can help. We're gonna send it. Let's see if he gets back to me. Hopefully he gets back to me. Hopefully I can do something, because I mean, we've been talking about this for 60 days almost, 51 days to be exact, because we were asked to cover this on day 1, and I don't know why it's not getting any traction. So I'm trying. My message has been sent. We'll see what happens next. Okay, so the autism chip. Get the patch and support your autism awareness. The Autistic Jedi R4AU. They take around a R2D2 unit that has been reclassified as R4AU by the permission of the LucasArts Studios, which are an amazing group. This helps them go from event to event and talk about autism. And autism is an important thing that our society deals with. By purchasing this patch for $8, and that includes shipping, which you can get through our links that we have on PayPal. The contact information is right in here. You can contact them. We also have another link with the actual address on it. You can go through PayPal, and you can just send them the $8 and your address, and you'll get it. By wearing this, you're showing the world that you believe in social awareness for the autism plight that some people suffer from, because a lot of people don't understand what autism is. They don't understand how to necessarily deal with an autistic person, and they kind of think of autism in the wrong light, and we're going to try to help change that, hopefully, with this program. So it's the middle of the summer. They could really use some funding to get through the rest of the summer, because, you know, it's not cheap to go to the cons. Anyone who goes to a con realizes it's not cheap, especially creators. Creators know tables and all that cost, and tickets. So they're trying to get the information out there, but they need your help. John Dixon just stepped into the room. Hi, John. John and me were table mates recently, back up in North Carolina at Raleigh. Great creator. Can't wait till I see his name back on Kickstarter. But definitely build your autism awareness. Street cred as it was, by having this patch on you and telling people that you belong to the Facebook group. Sinestre issue 1. Now this is fantastic that she's got her own little rap song that goes with it. But we're gonna skip the rap song. We're just gonna quickly look at that while we talk about it. So this was on Kickstarter, and this is one of those ones. Every so often I see a Kickstarter come by and it's not getting supported by the community, and I don't understand why. This looks like it's got fantastic story behind it. It's got strong illustrator. It's got some great potential for it, and it's just not getting the love it deserves. I don't understand it. So today's everyone's homework for today is to share this. And like we show it every week, how to share something, we just go over this share button right here. We hit Facebook. And then type in something like, join me on this quest to get this comic made. And then share with all your friends and have them come out to you. I mean, it's a solid program. It's a solid thing. I mean, there's an official cover that looks awesome. You see the coloring in here. It looks great. Got some great rewards. Got their t-shirt here. I'm not a fan of the fidgets. That's just me. There's a soundtrack that's going to have. That's kind of cool. There's also a Zero story. And it's got a great production team, so I don't understand it. I simply do not understand it. If anyone understands it, please explain to me why this isn't getting the love it deserves, because I don't have a good reason. I think this is a fantastic story. I can't wait for it to come to me so I can read it. I backed it at the book level. I'm getting a single hard copy. And I might actually update that. I think my boy Jaxie's up. He might be running around in a second. That's a short nap for the poor guy. He must need milk. Yep, he's getting some milk. It's hot here in Florida. He's thirsty. So let's talk about Lane Brains. Lane Brains, we first saw last year. I don't think it funded, so it's back, and this time it's personal. I think this is issue 2. We're going to watch the video because we didn't get to watch the video last week, so I wanted to get to this. So let's take a look at the video.
Squish your little head.
The last year has been absolutely amazing. I really, really enjoyed going to different conventions and meeting so many wonderful people. I've gone to Lebanon. I've gone to kind of Comic-Con, which is in Kansas City. I've been to Oklahoma City, which was Comic-Con, and then I've had so many people who have been so excited about the comic that they've come back and they have told me in person how excited they were for it. Cartoon.
Thanks so much for any support you give.
I love you guys so much, and I just love all my little.
On number 2.
Okay, I don't know that really explained to us anything other than that they're happy to have fans. I'm kind of more confused about it, so we're going to go to the About section. This is from the cartoonist Anthony Hunter and creator Karen. I'm not going to even say the last name. Nope. That's like a Charlie Brown moment where someone's holding the football. They want to see me make a mistake live. Nope. Ain't going to happen. So Karen, when they recently discussed Schmitty comes back as a zombie and his own ghost, Schmitty has to help them figure out how to navigate this zombie apocalypse happening in Normal, Illinois. Don't know if Illinois was ever normal. I'm just saying Chicago's in Illinois. Chicago's never been normal. And there are a lot of other things, like Roseanne's from Illinois. I don't know if Normal goes to Illinois. I think Normal stops in Idaho. In a 28-page issue, which 28 pages, give them credit, that's bigger than the standard. The standard's usually 20. I know my upcoming book is 32. Jax the Anderson was about 20. But that was a children's book, and Fetish Babies was 32. So this is almost a 1.5 issue. In this 28-page issue, we find our boys finding themselves in a pickle with ex-girlfriend Becky's new zombie hunting friends, but we'll find out much more is in store for the entire team than you could have expected. So definitely a little confused, but I'm guessing here, just picking up where I'm going, that they have the ghost and they travel with the zombie as well, and the zombie's taking on its own kind of personality that's not necessarily the same, I guess, as the ghost is. I'm very confused. I think I need to read issue 1. So I'll have to make sure that my pledge covers issue 1 too. I have to actually make sure. So I don't need a t-shirt, I need issue 1. I'm gonna have to actually reach out to them, because what's the point of, okay, digital downloads of 1 and 2. So I'm gonna have to upgrade to this one, unless it gets this one. I don't think I get that one. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go to this one, where I'll get issue 1 digitally. So we'll have to change that in a bit. And I'm a little confused, but it still looks interesting. Despite being a little confused by this one, I am interested in it. It looks like it's got a quirky concept, which is always nice. Bobby Torres has joined us. Since Bobby's here and I have Rapid Eye, we're just going to go right to Rapid Eye here. Since Bobby's here, we're going to check out Bobby's video. And I've seen this video. I actually dig it. I like it. So check it out. So that looks pretty cool. That's from Bobby Torres. Great creator. For those who don't realize it, I think one of the taglines is awesome. The CIA operative Eddie Phillips is the target, but there's nowhere to hide when your employer is hunting you in your dreams. So that gives you like a scary Nightmare on Elm Street feel to it, which, let me just tell you, scared the bejesus out of me growing up. It's definitely going to challenge your mind. It's got a great team of guys together, guys and gals, I should say, together. Fantastic group. Some preview pages right here that goes through it. We're going to take a nice little look on that. I mean, it's definitely kind of scary. Bunch of bullet holes. Not cool. There's Bobby Torres now. Look, this is definitely a strong property. I've got to read the first issue. It was pretty damn good, I must say. I really enjoyed it. This is definitely going to have some challenges to the mainstream, if you would, of what people think of things. So it's definitely one of those books that's going to challenge your mind into thinking about other things, if that makes sense. I mean, it's just trippy. I guess the perfect explanation I could say for it is it's trippy. It's definitely something different because you could be in your dreams. There's definitely a different element there that you don't necessarily always see in comic books, and it explores the mind. And anytime you explore the mind, that's a fantastic journey in itself. I don't know everyone would agree with that, because some of the best books have been the ones that challenge us in our own minds and our own elements. Because let's be honest, our minds are one of the scariest places on the planet, if we're being honest. I mean, the things that we think about when we're alone or we're upset are definitely scary. So imagine if a corporation could somehow be in the mind with you. So it's just crazy. This is definitely a powerful thing, and this is definitely something you should be on. You can see I pledged to get the digital. I'm also getting the printed comic. I'm getting it through the Sinfuls. We wanted to back him through our my wife's Sinful Comics page. The one that just ran the Jack's Kickstarter, we actually, me and her, wanted to get a copy. She likes books like this, so we're going to share a copy. But I also wanted to have the digital with me, because sometimes it's nice to have my digital library with me when I'm like at a Comic-Con. I'll pull some of these digital comics out and I'll read it while I'm waiting for a panel or something like that. So I'm getting myself a digital copy too. And I don't know if it comes with the issue. You get a digital copy, and I don't care. I like Bobby. He's a great guy. I want to support Bobby. That's what I'm happy to do, support Bobby. So that's what I'm here for, and that's what we're going to do. Bobby's a great creator. His team has done a fantastic job. I like the art style. So why haven't you backed it? That's the question. There's only 25 backers. Everyone is watching this today. There's no excuse not to back this one. This one's one of those ones you want to back. And if you needed this first issue, guess what? You can get it right here, the Digital Deluxe. You can get issue number 1 and issue number 2. You no longer have an excuse not to get into this. As a matter of fact, you guys should get into it now before issue 2 and before issue 3 and 4 comes. Because once they come, you're going to really feel silly if you didn't listen to me now and get on board. But we have to move on. I will be talking more in the future about these this particular Kickstarter because it's so fantastic. It's had a great start though, almost hitting its goal. So congratulations to Bobby on a strong beginning because this only came up the other day, and I was actually at the event. So I am happy to. I am very happy to be not only a backer but helping out and trying to get this promoted because I'm very thrilled about it. And let's talk about we'll get here. We'll get there. I don't want to forget anything. We're going to take a step back, go back to the list in order. We're going to talk about The Strip, a Twisted Vegas comic anthology. We're not going to watch the video because it's kind of longish. And like I said, we're drawing to an end on the program today. And I still have a lot that I want to talk about. So we're just going to take a quick look, and we're going to look at how many great creators are part of it. And to me, that's a big selling part. When you see the massive amount of great creators that are involved in something like this. And I mean, this has got UFOs. This has got zombies in it. This is definitely an interesting anthology that's all based around Las Vegas. So that's it. That's the linchpin for all the stories. We will watch the video next week. We're just not watching it this week because we watched it last week. And I want to watch some of the newer videos that came out, and this is all going to be new from this point. These are all new Kickstarters this week, so let's give them all a look.
Hello, I'm Todd Matthey, and I am the writer and co-creator of Robots vs. Princesses, along with the artist Nicholas Chapois. We're bringing you a story that takes fairy tales and giant robots and smashes the genres together in a unique take that both kids and adults will love. Thank you for checking out the Kickstarter.
Now, you all know that I'm a huge fan of children's books, too, because I'm a children's book author myself, so I do think it's fantastic. Because here's the truth, guys. If you're, for the creators watching, especially,
Robots versus Princesses.
if you want...
Okay. Robots have it's stamina.
Let's face it, princesses kick ass. Robots, princesses, definitely.
Dresses win every time.
Do the princesses get an army at their disposal? Princesses should win because princesses are hardworking and smart, and
Robots have guns with lasers.
I think I'm gonna have to go with princesses on this one.
Well, robots, obviously. Princesses are better to rule in times of peace. Robots for war.
I don't know the rules of this. I don't know how many.
I know that, John. He was on one of our share videos.
nothing says that a princess could build a laser gun.
Oh, snap.
What?
Oh, what? Oh, Princess didn't take any of that. This is fantastic and it's fun. Like I was saying, I'm all about children's stories inside Adult Jackson. There's a market there with kids being involved. I mean, if we get them into comic books early and build them into comic books, that's also an audience that you might have that winds up sticking with you. I don't know about the rest of you, but I plan on being a creator for a good amount of time until the pen drops out of my dead hand or I can't type on the keyboard so dead. I want to be creating. So you should be inviting children to see your imagination. And I think these are fantastic things because I think that a lot of times, especially DC and Marvel comic books, have almost given up on a younger generation market. And I think that's sad. I think it's sad that the younger generation is being ignored by the big two. And I think that this is great when I see things like this. I mean, they have Looney Tunes and stuff, I know, but it's not the same. There used to be a time where you could read a comic book at any age, and now it definitely seems more and more geared towards adults. And I'm not saying you can't have adult comic books. Obviously, look who you're talking to. I'm just saying that there needs to be kids' comic books too, so I'm thrilled when I see things like this, and I am a backer. I think my puppy needs some water, so the next video we watch, I'll do that. That's that weird sound in the back. But it looks fantastically done. You can see I'm a backer. I backed it at, I'm getting the digital color and coloring book comic books. How couldn't I do the coloring book after what I'm going to do with Jack's number 3? But we'll talk about that another time. Warren and Hope, we did not watch this last week, I don't think, so we're going to watch it this week.
Hey guys, Fuzzy here. Just want to take a minute to talk to you about The War and Hope. Now, The War and Hope is a series that's ongoing right now. Currently, its 5th issue just got finished. And it deals with the end times. Basically, hell itself has opened up. Demons are running the show, and humans are having to hide in the underworld. So what's happened is underneath cities, you have humankind basically fighting to survive, trying to find anywhere it can to find shelter and find protection. And that's where we start with Clara. So in issue 1 of The War and Hope, we establish the setting, we talk about Clara, and we see what she's dealing with. As the series goes on, we continue to follow Clara and what she encounters and the people she comes across. The whole point in the series is it deals with the emotional struggle that people deal with in isolation and with fear. And with the element of the supernatural at hand here, humankind really needs to find a way to cope and maybe even prevail. So with this Kickstarter, what we're doing is I'm going to be bundling up all 5 issues into a trade paperback. What's going to happen with that is it's going to be easily distributed, and then go off from there. So I need your help to get it done. The book itself is going to be 120 pages, and not only is it going to have the 5 issues in there, which make up 110 pages, but it's also going to have some extra stuff in there for all of you that like fluff. So we're going to learn more about the Veil, more about the Fiends, more about Clara. What was she like beforehand? We know she was a nanny, but what was her specialty? Did she make really good mac and cheese? We'll find out. All right, thanks for tuning.
And I still need to know if there's very good mac and cheese. They're doing pretty good. Quarter of the way there, 22 days to go. Sounds exciting. I didn't know about this. I'm happy to know about it now. I'm happy to know that I'm going to be getting my copy. Looks like an interesting story. It's got an interesting reward level, definitely. The only thing that I would suggest if the creator is watching, so I know someone else just reached out, maybe a little more art. I would like to see a little more art involved. I love the covers. Maybe show the original 5 covers, if possible. That would be my only critique with this. I think it looks cool, and I think that the lack of art might be hurting it a bit. Because, I mean, the little art you get is fantastic. I just think that maybe even you should show the covers more. Because I've seen this on social media, and some of this stuff on social media is awesome. So I think maybe bring that social media stuff onto here, too, to get the sale to be ended. Because on Jack's the Kickstarter, Jackson Anderson, our Kickstarter, my Kickstarter with Dave Brown, I think we did screw up a little bit and not show more art. We talked more of the premise for the series and not the book. And that was kind of on me. Because I definitely have a longer-term vision and goal for it. But let's talk about tits. The Transmigrant Interdimensional Taxi Cab Service is turning number 5. And yes, you'll be able to get issues 1 through 4 in this Kickstarter to catch up. They are now at some sort of festival that is obviously going to go wrong because we know how our guys react to things and how they go. As you guys can see, the art in this is fantastic. There's definitely some teaser art. Here's some of the packages you guys can get to catch up with it. I mean, these guys just know how to get a comic book out there. It's hysterical. I have loved reading the series. I'm very thrilled to see it return. Skitscat is amazing. The interaction between these two is amazing. The bigger story that's going on that they're going in and out of is kind of cool. The art in it is amazing. The writing is good. I mean, this is literally, I'm surprised something that hasn't been picked up by Dark Horse yet. Because this feels like it's already been produced. It has a high quality. It's been done really well. I am thrilled by the project. I think it's just amazing. So this is definitely something you want to pick up. And if you haven't been part of it, you can get all 5 issues now. So this is a great jump on point because this is definitely going to be something that's going to go somewhere at one point. And I'm hoping Dark Horse. I could see it be Dark Horse. I gotta talk to the creators if they've actually gone to Dark Horse because I think this would fit well on Dark Horse. And I like the new logo that they came up with. Or not new logo, I should say, but the new way to do the interdimensional taxi cab service. I'm not sure how you call that a logo, but what they did with that, which they started back in issue 4 on the side here, which kind of, explains what tits is, and it kind of gets that off the cover because misconceptions can be damaging. Okay, let's talk about the Villain Noir, and we've never seen the video, so we're going to check out the video now. I haven't even seen the video yet. I just backed it. I'm getting a printed copy, so. I definitely like the Batman noir. I don't know that gives you enough. This story is way bigger than that. Basically, you have a criminal trying to do right. He's going about his life. He's trying to become a good guy. And the heroes just won't stop pestering him. And they won't just leave him alone and let him try to be good. And I think that's something we do in society especially, is that someone does something, they become a criminal, and we don't really give them an easy time to rise up out of that. We don't let them do a redemption easily. And then they slide back into a life of crime, which, excuse me. The yawn isn't for the project. Jack's had me up early, so please excuse that. The honest truth is, and look at those bundle packages. That's a good bundle package right there. It's got some good PDF bundle packages. But basically, the quote unquote villain is given no way to make a living. So what's a villain going to do? But of course, go back to doing what they know how to do, being a villain. So it kind of examines, do heroes cause people to be bad guys? Are they kind of influencing the engine of the circular fashion? Because think if a hero got rid of all the bad guys, what would a hero do all that? So sometimes they might press a little too hard on people trying to do right. But you definitely can pick this book up and check out to see that. The new VOD, which we're going to check out. This is the one with Chris Mad, fantastic creator and artist. Let's see what's going on with the VOD.
Hello, John Miller here, publisher and co-founder at Outpouring Comics, creator and writer of Voda. Cursed by the outpouring, Deadeye decided to assemble a team to lash out at a world that has turned its back on them. He was joined by Mr. Mole and Gorilla Ghost, as the Valley of Death Alliance was born out of their hardship. Voda's original intent was to wreak havoc on those who had branded them as outcasts and traitors. But their goals soon morphed into something completely different. You see, they never really wanted revenge. They just wanted to feel like they belonged again. They had lost it all when they had gained powers, but they finally found it again in each other. Voda had become their new family. In this new chapter of Voda, Gorilla Ghost has been sent out to clear their name in the local desert town of Indian Springs. When he got there, he found out from the chief of police that the town was under an attack from some sort of psychic power. Gorilla Ghost, never wanted to back down from a challenge, immediately volunteered to help in exchange for a clean slate for him and all of Voda. Had he known what horrors awaited him, Gorilla Ghost may have been a little less reckless in his approach. But heck, he can take on anything, right? Now on to some of the awesome goodies you can receive by pledging your support. Not only will this new installment of Voda be available, but the original 3 issues of Voda are being compiled into a graphic novel for the first time ever. Each of these issues are currently out of print, and this graphic novel will be your only way to read up on Voda the early years. Want some original art with your comic? You're in luck. Voda will be available in sketch cover, and Chris Mann has offered to draw any character on the front of it. Voda classic prints will be available in addition to a new Voda limited edition Kickstarter print. In addition to this, the complete Outpouring library will be available as well. Want more? Stay on the lookout each week as this prize list will expand through both weekly promotions and stretch goals. There's going to be a little bit of something on it for everyone. Now I'd like to give a huge shout out to my creative team. Much thanks to Chris Mad for doing a dynamite job on both the pencils and the inks. He really helped bring both the story and the characters to life. I am honored to work so closely with him on this series. Next shout out goes to B Studios for really making the colors pop off the page, adding even more life and depth to every single image. Now to thank an Outpouring original, my wife, Sarah Miller. She has come a long way with her lettering since the original Voda and continues to get better every single issue. Finally, a huge thanks to Outpouring Comics co-founder Samuel Gardone, who tore apart my script mercilessly with his edits, but he made it into something far greater than I could have on my own. Thank you all so much for helping this comic come to life. Oh wait, there is one more person I would like to thank. All of you who took the time to watch this video and pledge your support to this Kickstarter. Whether it is through selecting a tier at the bottom of this page and pledging your support, or whether it was through liking it, sharing it on social media. I greatly appreciate everything that each one of you has done to help make this Voda Kickstarter a successful Kickstarter. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
It's funny, we often thank people for that on these videos, but I'm not sure that that's necessarily necessary in your video. I mean, obviously we're all thankful for it. I just think that you want to talk more about the story and talk about the creative team, which you did a great job at, and it definitely updates us. It's interesting to know that this started somewhere else back in the day, but it looks like it's getting a temporary feel thanks to Chris Mad. Chris Mad always nails it, so let's just be honest. Chris Mad's always an update. I mean, an upgrade to a project, so I am thrilled to see it. The cookies. The grandma with the cookies is an interesting shot. So it's on Kickstarter. It's definitely worth backing. Chris Mad gets a thumbs up. Any project Chris Mad goes on should be on your list of things to back because his art is stunning. So, I mean, just check out that cover, and that's a Mad cover. It's very awesome. It looks like a fantastic story, too. I'm actually interested about the graphic novel. I might go back and actually get that graphic novel. So he sold me. So good job to the creator. You just sold me on possibly getting that graphic novel. So let's talk about a few things before we leave. POM is going on today, August 2nd. At one point, we'll launch. It looks like a fantastic thing. Later when you're watching this video and you'll be able to go back to this, you can and will be able to back it. POM is the piece of me. It's a celebrity empowered magazine. I did a review of this you guys can watch. It was fantastic. It was definitely a great starting point. It felt like a book that you got in the middle of, so I definitely suggest being part of the Kickstarter. Next week we'll look a little bit more at the Kickstarter page. War is coming, and we talked about this. This bright young creator was at my table this past weekend, and we're going to hear from him now. And sorry about the low graininess. We were in the middle of an event, so the Wi-Fi didn't. We're in the middle of SuperCon Fort Lauderdale. It's going really busy. A lot of people around us. This is the Sinful Comics Written Sins booth, and look who we have today. Introducing the newest creator. Go ahead, tell us about your stuff.
So my name's Ron Bellas Jr., and I have a webcomic coming out titled War. To describe the comic, imagine Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde making their own Legion of Doom. Dr. Jekyll, being the main character Joe, is tied to war. Mr. Hyde, war being the actual horseman of the apocalypse war. This is a world filled with superheroes, and in a human host, war isn't as strong, so he realized he can't take over the world on his own. So he's building up his own team of supervillains on his planet of war complex.
That sounds awesome. When does it come out?
The webcomic comes out August 25th. Easiest way to remember that, if you're a fan of boxing, is it's the day right before the Mayweather McGregor fight.
And it's also the day after this young man's birthday.
After my birthday as well.
So for a birthday present, everyone now has to come and show up to see this. Written Sins will, of course, be running this, but for now, we're going to show the card. We get a nice zoom in on it. It's got the web address. You guys can now, web address is on here, right?
It's on the back.
It's on the back. Wrong side, Rob. There we go. And it's got the Patreon page. It's got everything you need to know. Very cool stuff. Thank you for joining us today at the table. You'll be here till what, about 4:30? as you guys can hear in the background, Jax has just shown up into this. He's a little tired. He had a Kickstarter going on for a few weeks, so he's a little exhausted. He had to go over the book today, which we got. For those who backed Jax the Anderson, we're already shipping the book out. That's right. Just over 24 hours later, we're already shipping things out. We got the book within 24 hours of ending the Kickstarter. Jax is a little cranky. He's been having a long July, so he's still trying to catch up on some rest. But before we go today, I did promise that we were going to take a look at something. So let's put these away, these private messages, no one looking. Here's a Kickstarter that we didn't know about, Mad Doctors #2. I think I saw this, which was interesting. I have nothing about it.
What would you do if you had a doomsday device? An unholy threat with which to hold the fate of the planet within your steely grip.
Now, as interesting as that video sounds, you guys are going to have to go to it. We will add it to our list after this show is over. So if you go to the list, it will be listed. We have 20 days to go, so we'll showcase it next week. Goes off before August 23rd. So we have time. We're just going to take a quick look at it. It will be now added to us, to our Kickstarter. We're going to take a quick look at the pitch line, but then we're out of here. And as always, we'll finish with the why are you one of us? What does it mean to be one of us? Which we're going to do in a second. But first, it's an ode to the 1950s pop, pulp, science, culture. Jack Ruby and Ryan Harryhausen, EC Comics and Hammer Films. Mad Doctors may break your brain. So look forward to hearing more about that next week on the show. For right now, I gotta get going because Jaxie's up and he needs some attention. So it's time to put the daddy hat on. But as we go out, are you one of us? So, and I gotta get a video. I'm gonna make a video so we can end the actual show each week with a video. But what does that mean? Are you tired of the reboot culture? Are you tired of the same shit? Are you tired of Spider-Man #1, Part 15? Well, then you are one of us. And what one of us is the people who want creativity to be put ahead of reboot and redoing the same old shit. We want new stuff. We want the stuff that we just saw in Kickstarter become the movies, become the television series, become the comic books that Marvel produces in the future. And stop trying to make Magneto a hateful Nazi. Stop making Captain America lose his mind to become a Hydra agent. Instead, you know what? If you don't know what to do with Captain America, re-release the original classic series. How about that, Marvel? How about re-showing all the great things from past years? Jackson, give me some awesome Alvin the Chipmunk music while I'm doing this. It is time to see something different, to see something new, and that's what Written Sins is all about. We recently took on the moniker of the International Digital Comic Con, which tickets never sell out for, and we are always live unless the servers are giving us hell like yesterday. But look, we're back, we're live, we're here, and we are your Digital Comic Con. So thank you for checking in. We will see you all next week for this. I don't know if we're going to have any Spoken Sins this week. Don't know if that's happening. Thank you to the Instagram audience. Thank you, YouTube. You've all been great. We'll all talk to you later.